Aloha everybody, Kaiwaza with you. Welcome back to my channel, and today we continue looking at my Hawaiian record collection, one album at a time. We're on the letter K. We're going to pick up where we left off, and I have to apologize beforehand if you hear some sort of banging around noises or whatnot. We had a really bizarre electrical and windstorm last night that sort of came out of nowhere. We don't have those kind of things here in Hawaii, like very, very rarely. And it was cloudy and rainy all day long, and then about 8 o'clock at night, all of a sudden, bam, it was like craziness. This incredible wind, just started blowing, and the rain started pelting down, and there was huge crashes of thunder and lightning very, very close to where I am. And it's very rare to have thunder and lightning in Hawaii. Very, very rare. And it was like super intense. And I was running around the apartment like unplugging everything as fast as I could. And somewhere, I don't know where it came from, but in my little backyard area right out here, I was standing on the lanai, checking things, and this gigantic beach umbrella that was like 8 foot across came hurling through the air, and it like plopped right down in front of me upside down, fortunately, because it had like a giant dagger thing on the bottom that you just dig into the sand. I don't know where it came from, but anyway, so today there's cleanup crews around the different apartment buildings here all in a row, where they're kind of, because there's a lot of debris and leaves and branches and water and whatever, so they're kind of cleaning things up. But anyway, that's what's happening. So we're going to continue with the letter K. Today it's going to be just a one artist video. We're just going to look at the records or the LPs from one artist. And let me get started. His name is Eddie Kekaula. Okay? Now, I think I might have these in a sort of a right order. I'm not exactly sure. But anyway, this album is called Only in Hawaii, a native guide for visitors to Hawaii. The narration is done by Doug Mossman here, the music by Eddie Kekaula and the King's Serenaders. And on this album, they just, Doug Mossman narrates like traveling to different locations, what to wear, a little lesson in the Hawaiian language, and then the music is performed by Eddie Kekaula and his group. It's on Enod Records. I don't know where this was sold exactly, with the tour company or something, and it has the price right on it. $6.95. Only in Hawaii. Now here's the rest are strictly albums of music, songs from Eddie Kekaula. Aloha Memories. On this one, and this one only, called Ed Kekaula and the Reef Hawaiians, on Noelani Records. I picked this one out as, I think, the earlier one, because they're called the Reef Hawaiians, and he was originally performing at the Cinerama Reef Hotel, and his backup group is called the Reef Hawaiians. Then we come to, this is where it gets kind of interesting, Hawaii's new golden voice. Eddie Kekaula sings Alfred Apaka Favorites, recorded live in Hawaii. Now, if you don't, you may know who Alfred Apaka was if you know Hawaiian music. Very famous Hawaiian singer, very beautiful, beautiful baritone voice, who died very young, at 40 years of age, at a heart attack, just when he was getting ready to really achieve national fame. Although Decca Records had recorded things with him, and he did have national releases of his voice. Beautiful, beautiful singer. Now, this guy here, Eddie Kekaula, is on this album and every album after it, basically, very heavily promoted as being a person who harkens back to Alfred Apaka, sounds like Alfred Apaka, continuing the legacy of Alfred Apaka, etc., etc. All the musicians here are talking about how he sounds just like Alfred Apaka. And this album is him featuring songs that that Alfred Apaka was known for, Here in This Enchanted Place, Pohai Ke Aloha, Somewhere in Hawaii. These were all songs that Alfred Apaka was well known for. Looks like it's autographed. The Golden Sands of Waikiki, Hawaii's New Golden Voice. These albums that we're looking at here on Century Records and Kolopa Productions. This one is a tribute to Pua Almeida, who apparently died, who was performing on this album with them and who died after the album was recorded, obviously before it was released. And they're saluting him. I'm not going to comment really on the whole Alfred Apaka comparison. It's made on every single album, kind of relentlessly. And I will just say, if you have Alfred Apaka music, you can listen to it. We'll play some samples of this. You can decide for yourself if you think that's a fair comparison. I like this album, Kings Alley. Kings Alley is a shopping center here in Hawaii that's still here. And although I hear rumors it's going to be torn down, but it's sort of a monarchy, Victorian era kind of like a recreation of a cobblestoned shopping area. Eddie Kekaula really performed at Kings Alley the majority of his career, and that's where he was very connected and connected to that place and well known as being from that place. This album, Kings Alley, I like because it has Bernie Ka'ai Lewis here, pictured here in the back. If you're familiar with the Island Airs that performed at the Polynesian restaurant, if you're familiar with the Polynesians who recorded on Crown Records, he is connected with them or a member of them and has a very distinctive sound. Many of the songs on this album were written by Bernie Ka'ai Lewis. My Hawaiian Home, Oahu Island, Honeymoon, Sweet Gardenia Lake, Kings Alley. So they have that quality that a lot of the Polynesians songs had, and Bernie Ka'ai Lewis, and I kind of like it. Yeah, this album I like in particular. And then we switch over to Eddie Kekaula has his, oh no, this is still Century 21. Raft of Memories, Eddie Kekaula, Hawaii's Foremost Falsetto. Now we kind of switched to him being billed as a falsetto singer. Alfred Apaka didn't sing falsetto at all. And now Eddie Kekaula is singing falsetto. Now, these last three that we'll just go through quickly are on his own label, Kekaula Productions. This is Hawaii's Golden Voice, Eddie Kekaula. Jerry Bird on the steel guitar, notably, on this album. This features a lot of standards. Little Grass Shack, YPO, Pearly Shells, Akaka Falls, and the like. Not a date on these. These other ones, earlier ones, were 70s. I think we're getting, I'm not sure exactly the date. This is a religious album. I don't normally get religious albums unless they're like $1 or something really cheap, but he did do one religious album, How Great Thou Art. But it is all, except for maybe one or two songs, actual Hawaiian songs and Hawaiian hymns. But it's religious nonetheless. And then finally, Eddie Kekaula, I'll See You in Hawaii. I think this is all of the albums he did. This one is kind of a salute to Tony Todero, who had passed away before the album was done, a composer, although only like 3 or 4 of the songs are by Tony Todero, and he wrote a lot of songs, so I don't know why it's a tribute to him, but there's only a couple songs composed by him. And Eddie Kekaula, actually, as fate would have it, died rather young too. I think 53 he was. I'm not sure the year, 1982, 83, something like that. And died, you know, rather young as well, 53, 54, something. Okay, so let's listen to some samples of Eddie Kekaula.
tender voice beside the sultry sea. Mystic eye, where all my dreams came true, where fragrant Elima are blooming in splendor, neath skies forever blue.
I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you for watching, and join me next time if you would like to hear more Hawaiian records and see more Hawaiian vinyl. Thank you.